Hello Taurus, I'm going to be doing your monthly reading for February 2019 for a Taurus Sun, Moon, or Rising. And before we begin, I will do an energy clearing. Alright, so I'll be doing a 7-card pick for the monthly forecast. I'll be using two tarot decks and one Oracle Goddess reading deck. So I'll start with the tarot and shuffle it up. Alright, so just visualize the month ahead for you in February. Send some intentions into the cards. Alright. Do the other deck. And then the last one. All right, Taurus. Well, let's start. So, for where you're going to be beginning and where you're at in the month of February, we have the Tower. So, it seems like you could be coming into February going through some big changes. And you know, people when they see the Tower, they're like, oh, does this mean like bad changes are coming that are going to be difficult for me to cope with? Or is it something positive? You know, the Tower it can go two different ways when it comes to the change that's going to take place. And it's really about how you're going to react to this change, because overall the change that's happening is going to be for your better. And, you know, the Tower is just like an example. Whatever that was taking place was already on shaky ground, that was not stable, it was meant to change. So, you know, whatever is shifting out for you is really meant for your higher good, even if it feels like it maybe could be causing some emotional upheaval. But it's gonna be, you know, an awakening for you. There could be areas changing in your life in multiple areas, because this is in the Major Arcana, so it can go from the emotional world, the physical world, the mental, the spiritual. So, you know, things could be changing in your work environment, things could be changing in your home environment, in your friendships or in a romance. The reading will eventually kind of depict like what kind of changes are going to be taking place, but for all you Tauruses out there, it could be going in all various ways. But even if it feels like you're kind of free falling into this new change, to just trust and surrender to the process taking place. Because again, like, it's happening to help you grow, not to like make life harder on you. And to just not be afraid, like just be confident and really like accept the process to happen, instead of like trying to block the changes from taking place, because regardless, source will kind of work its way in and make it happen whether you want it to or not. And either way, if you take it as positive or negative, it is going to be for your better. And then for the inner focus this month, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So the Pentacles are earth, tied to the physical realm, material, career realm. So you could be going through a change in your career, in your job, or in finances, or just something else in your physical realm. What I'm getting from this is that, because the Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles relates to wealth, achievement, family, and satisfaction. And, as Tauruses, that's really what you guys are all about, is your family life, your financial life with money and work, and, just being satisfied in every area of your life, especially when it comes to money and, food and time at home with your family and friends, and just, whatever makes you feel grounded is something that is important to you to, like, be balanced in. So I think these changes that are taking place are going to help you achieve, having your own autonomy in those areas where you're free to just, like, really explore yourself in ways that are going to, in ways that are going to help you reach your potential and achieving maybe some goals you've had in mind in your career, and you'll come out prosperous in that and wealthy. And these could have been, like, maybe this change of this, if it's a job, is going to help you, like, get paid a better income, and you're going to be satisfied with that, and a little more wealthy, more money's going to be in your pocket, and you're going to be like, finally, like, maybe I was afraid of quitting that job, but I realized now getting this new job, it's, like, treating me a lot better financially and is making me more comfortable living in my home life. And even if it's not related to finances, it could just be you're finally going through a change physically that's just feeling more gratifying to you in your living space, or maybe, like, within your family, things are starting to get a lot better in your relations, and you guys are getting along better. Maybe when some situations where tensions were happening and things weren't going really well, and maybe now things are starting to turn around for the better. Whatever it is, Taurus, it seems like the changes that are taking place are actually, like, really positive changes that you're going to be satisfied with, and not, like, not changes you're going to dread. And then for the outer focus, we have a reversed Seven of Pentacles. So, I need to meditate on this card for a second. I think there's some things you might need to reevaluate that are happening on the outside. There could have been some things you've failed to really, like, see in your situation that you've had a hard time trusting. Because I feel like, because this was in the inner focus area, right? And I think your inner focus is bringing in wealth and happiness within your family and success and achievement, which you can have in these changes. But I think in this outer focus, you're afraid maybe of failing and not making enough money. Because if you don't allow these changes to happen, whether you're staying in a job that's not paying you enough, or in a situation that is just not benefiting you and where you're at, it could lead to failure, and, in areas where you're not going to be satisfied and dissatisfied with what you're getting in your results. It could really mean that, what you really need to reevaluate is, like, how should I put this? Like, reevaluate how you're going about the situation, because there could be so much you're focusing on the outside that you're missing what's happening on the inside. And, failure is a natural thing that happens in life, but it doesn't mean the worst possible outcome if you fail at something. Like, if you fail to get a different job, granted, there will be consequences. You might not have as much money that you need, but there's going to be lessons that come with that, and you'll grow from it. But, if you realize that you can have these desires and you strive towards getting to those places without, like being in a mental state of mistrust and not believing that things can really go your way, then things won't go your way. Because if you're, again, like if you're gonna block changes from happening for you, then yeah, like, you will come up with some failures and some disappointments. But if you stay focused in the area of what you do really desire, and you realizing that you can have that, then all you have to do is take the action to make it happen, which is the change. Because that's what the Tower really is it's like you're either going to allow the change, or it's just going to be forced on you, and it's not going to be pleasant. So I just think that if you're in a situation that isn't providing for you financially what you need, or anything else that doesn't have to do with the financial realm, if it's just something in your physical realm, to really like see it for what it is and know it's not providing you the essentials, and that everything that you desire is available to you, but you just have to make the changes to allow it all to take shape. So that's what I'm seeing in that. And then the way to thrive for this month, we have 10 of Cups in the placement of thrive. So the Cups is connected to the emotions in the water realm. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Pentacles is also Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. So just wanted to share that. Anyway, so the way that could help you this month in areas where you could thrive, from what I'm getting from the 10 of Cups, is because it symbolizes abundance, satisfaction, fulfillment, happiness. So, I mean, the way you can thrive, Taurus, is really tying into what you're feeling and knowing that, you can create abundance for yourself. You can create a life you're satisfied with and fulfilled with that, brings you happiness. But you really have to, like, connect in with your emotions and let those channel and guide you to the decisions you need to make. So those are decisions that are going to make you happy, and not like discontent and dissatisfied with life and like the failures it's giving you from not giving you what you need. Because you're the one in power and in control of creating a life you desire, right? And that's like this couple, I see this baby and they're happy and they finally achieved like giving birth and going through all the work and process to get to that point to have their baby. And that's like life, whatever you're trying to reap and bring into your life that takes a lot of work, you have to be patient, but also take the steps to, do the work and make that progress to get things in shape to make it happen. But you have to, really see the vision and take the proper action that's going to help fulfill you get to these goals. Because you can be abundant, Taurus. I mean, that's really what's meant for you, but are you going to allow yourself to live in abundance? I think that's the real question. You have to make the big changes in order to really bring in what you're really dreaming for and desiring and hoping for. It's all in your hands, and regardless, the change is going to happen whether you like it or not. But if you're the one initiating the change, I think that's what's really going to be like setting the tone for the situation for you in February. So yeah, just to remember that and to really like stay tuned to what you're feeling in that way. And then the struggle for this month, we have a reversed Knight of Cups. So let's see. I need to look over this one. So I think your struggle, is being disappointed and, maybe even like going through feelings of jealousy of others having what you don't have, what you really want. And that could be what's limiting you to your potential, kind of being in that egotistical mindset of like, oh, like, why can't I have that? They have that. That family over there has what I want, but why can't I have that? And that's kind of where the jealousy comes in and the disappointment. And it's like, you can have that, Taurus, but you're kind of creating this own problem for yourself if you're only going to be that person that sits back and watches other people have what you want but then doesn't do anything. Or, You let the people you see who have what you want inspire you to take the action and do something about it, to make the change, to give yourself like really what you need to be fulfilled and just be nourished. And so like that's kind of where the Knight of Cups is coming in, is just like saying like you're going to continue to feel disappointed with life if you're not going to get up and do something to change life in ways that are going to make you feel satisfied and content. Because, you know, this is all about, the cups is all about what you're feeling. And it's okay if you have been feeling disappointed and maybe a bit jealous of, like, you know, others and not having what you have. But, you know, it's a feeling that's meant to pass and not sit and settle within you in a way where it's like, how should I put this? Almost like toying with you. Like you have these thoughts, these imaginary, you know, fantasy thoughts of like, oh yeah, I'll never really have that, but oh, they have that, and it's kind of toying with your happiness, and that's where you're not like satisfied. But if you keep letting like that way of being like take over, you know, your progress, then it's going to be a lot harder for you, Taurus, to make the changes. But you have the will in you to do it. You have the skills. Like, it is in there. You just have to stay focused and steer clear of these negative emotions and really focus on, like, the center of the source, the issue, and then ways to heal and mend that, and what you can give yourself to be sustainable, to have what you need. But again, it's like you have to be willing to do something about it instead of, like, festering in your, you know, negative emotions, when really you could be taking that time to do something else with your emotions and be acting on what you're going to do to make better changes. So that's just one really good reminder to really sit with. And then the advice for you for this month, we have Guinevere, true love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So I'm going to read this card to you for your advice. Romance is not an outmoded concept. Far from it. Romance is the time-honored precept of merging the divine as it's manifest within another human being. Romance is also playfulness, which heralds springtime, flowers, and new life. You needn't be in a partnership to evoke romance, however. You can manifest it for yourself through laughter, surrounding yourself with beauty, and indulging in luxurious treats. Romance is the life force of the universe, and it is a worthwhile goal indeed. Your soulmate relationship has arrived, or is soon arriving. There is renewed passion in an existing relationship. You're a very romantic person. Your romantic needs aren't being met, and you must take steps to alleviate this. So this can go both ways, this reminder. If you're single, looking for a fulfilling relationship, or you're in a relationship that's not satisfying, gratifying to you, and that's where you're looking at other people in relationships and you're like, oh, I want that, but I don't have that. This is like showing like you are worth receiving that love and that kind of relationship, and it is available to you. You just kind of have to seek it, but first seeking within yourself and giving yourself that love and then nurturing that to know that eventually your needs can be met, and then you can attract, you know, having that. And again, if it's nothing to do with romance, because this doesn't just have to be about romance. It can just be about loving yourself. Like if it's about, you know, your career, it can be about loving yourself in ways that are not perfect, with where you're at, where you haven't been happy, and just like really like mending and healing and nurturing those areas and sending those areas a lot of love. Because in order to make progress, like you really have to love up those areas that have really been neglected within yourself in your life, and that's where you're like dissatisfied. And, you know, once you like work on those areas that you haven't really been putting a lot of love into, then, you know, you'll feel nourished and recharged and ready to like make better things happen for you, because then you're going to attract those things by, you know, putting a lot of love into yourself does draw in better things to you because of what you're, you know, reciprocating on what you're putting out. So to just know, like, really be gentle with yourself in this process. You can renew the passion within you to really like make great strides of change in your life that are gonna make you happy. But just know that it all starts with loving yourself first and doing things that make you feel good, that make you feel loved, and not staying in places that don't. Because that's what's just going to keep draining you, is if you keep staying in areas that do not make you feel that love within you, and then cause these festering negative emotions that are not really meant for you to really stick in. You know, they're meant to be a lesson, but it's not meant to just sit there within you. It's meant to pass, and you're meant to let it go. And then love those areas that have been hurting. And again, like, and if it is related to romance, like, you can have that true love, and you might have found that real partner for you that's meant to be that real, like, long-term committed relationship that could lead to marriage. So that could be for some of you Tauruses. You finally have met your soulmate and you're feeling that love, and you just have to kindle it more. And for those that aren't partnered and aren't looking for love, it's just about putting love in other areas of your life that have really been needing attention. And that's like the best advice for you, is to really kindle love within you in areas where it's been needed. And then the lesson for this month, we have a reversed page of feathers, which is in the tarot the page of swords, and in the keywords we have exploration and discovery, and it is a raccoon. So I'll also read this one to you for the lesson. Also, swords are air signs: Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So just put that out there. Let me find this. Okay. Alright. Sorry, I thought I was on the wrong page. Hold on. Maybe. Alright. Here we go. Curious and playful raccoon loves to explore every nook and cranny of his terrain, and he doesn't hesitate to go after what he wants. Brimming with ideas, he's a seeker who is adept at solving mysteries. Raccoon is your guide in the craft of exploring new ideas and how to best act on them. With his bright and alert ways, he'll keep you on your toes. Fresh concepts are surfacing as shifts are taking place within and around you. Your boundless quest for knowledge will break through old programming, making room for new thoughts and viewpoints. When this is reversed, question everything and examine facts before passing judgment. Undisciplined destructiveness, impractical boredom. Yeah, so I think in this lesson, really question the situation you're in all the facets, and ask yourself and examine it, like, is this really like giving me the feelings I desire and what I need in life? Because if it's putting you in the state of judgment and negativity and not just being happy, and, you know, being bored with your life and feeling like it's causing like a lot of destruction in other areas of life, then that's just something to really sit with, because you can't be impractical, Taurus, and you can't just like I said, keep festering in these areas that are really not fulfilling for you. You really need to like look at everything and, you know, really scope your whole situation out and really see like the forest for the trees, and really understand like it takes a lot of learning and reprogramming and taking in new, you know, areas of knowledge to use that to your advantage to create like better changes for yourself, to utilize your skills and create what you really want. Whatever area it is, whether it's in a relationship or in a career, home life, or anything. It's just, you really need to like get out of that house, go out there and do something and make great changes. Because another thing I'm kind of getting, and that's not for all of you, if you're a homebody Taurus, girl or boy, you got to get yourself out there, and you really got to like explore and see new places, and, you know, meet new people and make those connections to find the things that you're really seeking that are going to make you fulfilled. And if you're not a homebody Taurus and you do your thing and you go out, just again, really dissect your situation and find, you know, places within it that can use some shifting and balancing and create, you know, the life you're seeking by allowing that curious, you know, playful version of yourself to come out that wants to explore new things and try new things, to create, you know, to find that happiness that you're seeking. So, you know, be mindful this month of, you know, how you're going to go about your situation, but know again, like, you can have what you desire. When you come back, and remember, you got to love yourself first, and then, you know, go from there to really seek and explore areas that have been needing your attention, so then you can make the changes to really gratify yourself in the areas where you haven't been. So that's all I'm getting for you, Taurus, and, you know, I hope this was helpful and not like a really hard reading for you to swallow. It was meant to just be the medicine that I feel you needed. But I think things will go really well for you as long as you just use your energy in the right places. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you want to do a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to the description link box below and go to my Instagram, Mystic Yasmin, and send me a message. Other than that, until next time, Taurus.